Hello, my name is Randall Eberts, and I'm the Executive Director of the Upjohn Institute for Employment Research in Kalamazoo, Michigan, in the United States. I'm here to talk about key issues in assessing the strategy impact, and this is part of the workshop here at the OECD LEAD entitled Designing and Delivering Skill Strategies for Cities, Capacity Building Seminars for Partnerships. The issue of assessing the strategy impact is the last of the three sessions that we've had here at the workshop. The first was to set priorities, the second was to create strategies and implementation, and now we're looking at trying to assess the effect of these strategies that we've put in place. There are three questions that we have to address in looking at the net impact of the strategies that we've put in place. The first question is, what do we want to know? The second question is, why do we want to know it? And third, who wants to know? In terms of what do we want to know, the big question is, what is the net outcome of the strategy on the region that we're targeting? Now, there's different elements to this question. The first question is, what effect might it have on individuals, workers in the particular region, or businesses? And then we expand that particular question to ask, what effect does it have on the entire region? The second question, why do we want to know, has to do with a variety of different aspects of the strategy and implementation. The first might have to do with self-improvement. How do we improve the program? What do we need to know in order to make changes that might make the program more effective as we continue on through the implementation of the program? Second is accountability. Have we measured up to the programmatic issues that we set in place? That is the program being conducted the way that we designed it to be conducted? Are we financially compliant? Are we targeting the population that we said we wanted to? Third, there's the decision-making aspect. Is the program worth continuing? And this is the aspect in which we have to look at the net outcome. Did the program perform for the individuals involved better than if the program wasn't in place at all? So the net outcome is that aspect of comparing the program to comparing the participants of that program to participants who might not have had the participation or the exposure to the strategy that we've put in place. In terms of who wants to know, well, is it the program designers? Is it the program implementers? Is it the program funders? Is it people who are trying to replicate this program in other areas? And so the audience is very important in terms of how we structure our assessment. I should also mention that in looking at a net impact, a net outcome assessment of a particular program, there are a number of confounding factors. One is that, and this is the one that we talked about earlier, is we have to construct a counterfactual, because in just looking at the outcomes that we measure, that is the earnings level or the unemployment rate, we don't know whether or not those levels would be the same if the program was not in place. So we have to find a counterfactual in the sense that we have similar individuals, a similar regional industrial structure, a similar regional occupational structure, so that we can compare the effects of the strategy in place in our particular region versus the strategy not in place or no strategy in another region that is of similar characteristics. There are three steps to doing this. One is to identify the problem, and we've talked about that in terms of setting priorities and creating the strategy. The second is to look at the process, and that would be something related to a program evaluation. Is the program being conducted the way in which we designed it? And the third step then is to look at the net outcome. And that's where we look at the effects of the program on our particular region and individuals relative to a region that did not have the program in place. Finally, in putting all this together, we not only have to look at the net outcome aspect of the evaluation, we also have to look at the program evaluation combined with the net outcome, because the net outcome is really a black box. It tells us whether or not this particular program had any effect on the particular outcomes. What we also need to know is, what was it about this program that was successful or not as successful? So combining the net outcome and the program evaluation gives us an overall evaluation of the programs that we've put in place. Thank you.